Come on, QB, come on.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
So after the incompletion on first, 2nd and 10.
I got him.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch Derek Carr grow as a pro. When he was a rookie, they tried to game plan around him so that he didn't have too much responsibility. Now, I don't think they can heap enough things on his shoulders because they know he can handle them.
Carr now on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He gets it to Brown, complete. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Brown at the 46.
Mike. 29. 29.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. By the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses. Being middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, but he's got it.
Down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Versatile player. Played both safety and cornerback in college. They're using those same skills in the NFL.
Hey, Zoo.
2nd and 5 now. Carr. That'll be complete to Cook. And in he goes. And they're going to have another 1st down, as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' scene. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now, 51 to Mike. 180. Hey, we're good. 180.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr setting up the screen for Cook. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively, that's Devin Bush making the play.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Let's go, D. Big series. Hey, Echo. Step it up. Right here, guys.
Carr to throw again. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 10 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
180. Come on. You better bring it.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Carr throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season. The future, bright. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Carr completes it. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing now is Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Carr now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Throw from Carr complete to Renfro. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. Carr now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Cook. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Hey, box drop.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's the fullback with his first career touchdown in his first game. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
Before getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sport. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. 93. 93.
44's the mic.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. This will be caught by Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They go play action here on first down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Mayfield off the play fake. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Cleveland Farrell. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled the quarterback.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Mayfield going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple, and that's exactly why they trail.
To throw, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
The Browns send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Two. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Back down. Check safety. 808.
From the 39, Carr. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Carr now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Now Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, I 7. You gonna see me in your...
Throwing again, Carr. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Pass complete, Carr to Brown, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Cook and an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Here I come.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Oh, yeah, that's a score.
A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On second down now, it's Hunt. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. They run again with Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield to throw it. And he completes it to Hunt. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 25 yards that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Mayfield now. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they'll work it. Of 17 and a first down. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Patrick Owasor. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Mayfield looks to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job to him and keep him short of the first. And this one is right through. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, he's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr, he goes full extension, and he's got it. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, here's the run with Cook. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Blue down. 6-18. 44 is the mic. Hey, exit. Pick it up.
To throw is Carr. And he finds Cook. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They come out here in the eye. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's second and 1.
Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll run for it with Cook. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for our visitors, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he gon' have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, ain't right. I ain't changing my life, yeah, we in it for life. Now it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do